Listen to what this guy says right here. This guy right here. Listen. This is what gets me so pepped up with anger.
The notion that if society were fair, evidence of that would be equal outcomes between all groups, because there are so many differences historically in groups themselves, geographically, just in terms of median age, right? The average black person in this country is 10 years younger than the average white person. So when you're comparing blacks to whites, that's...
Comparing blacks to whites. Why would you say that, something like that? You don't compare blacks to whites. You compare people to people. What's the difference between the color of our skins? We're still people, right? Like, how I'm white. How many people do you see in that crowd that are white? Two white people. How many black people are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's literally 1, 2, 3 white people. White people there supporting you and what you have to say. And you say we have to compare white people to black people. Why not compare black people to white people? Compare people to people. I don't understand it. Makes no absolute sense. Compare people to people, not blacks to whites. We're still people underneath our color. Why are people getting so pepped up in anger? They're still people. There's one race, human race. Not black race, white race, Mexican race. One single race. Human race. What is human? People. People are human. We make mistakes, yes. Don't get me wrong, we make mistakes. But we also compare people to people, not blacks to whites, or Mexicans to whites, or Mexicans to blacks, or blacks to Mexicans. We don't compare them people. We compare people like my color. People to people. Or people to people. Or people to people. You can compare blacks to blacks, whites to whites, Mexicans to Mexicans. Everybody's the same in their own different way. But compare people to people. It doesn't make any sense. I go through my day comparing people to people. I don't care who it is. I don't care what they do for a living. I don't care how old they are. I compare myself to them. Compare people to people. And if they don't like you, just shrug it off the shoulder. Shrug it off the shoulder. It's so funny how people are so blind. There's other people in this world. Like that guy. He's doing his job. Them people are there supporting that guy. Everybody supports everybody in this community. People compared to people are people, right? Yes. People are so blind and deaf sometimes. You have to think about what you have to say before you say it. Because if you don't, you're going to piss somebody off. Just how I'm pissed off right now about this guy and what he has to say.
Just in terms of median age, right? The average black person in this country is 10 years younger than the average white person. So when you're comparing blacks to whites, that's just one of the many ways in which you're not actually comparing apples to apples. So my point in citing that was just to upset that lazy assumption that we make about socioeconomic and other outcomes.
It's so stupid.